and Sarah, massive Wham fan, but if they were to make a film, like they have with Bohemian Rhapsody and the same with Elton John, who would play you, and who do you think would play George?
Well, it is a good question, and you would be in a far better position to answer that than I am. I don't go to the movies very often, and I genuinely have absolutely no idea, so you might have to put that to the audience.
Sorry, just a question right next to it. Yeah.
Hello Andrew, I've really enjoyed it so far, thank you.
Thank you.
I just wanted to ask you, of the other 80s pop stars that you encountered, who are your most favourite and least favourite? And why?
Paul Weller.
Actually, I have to say that I have great admiration for the man and his music. I'm a huge fan of the Jam, and but
Not here, you know. You can.
no, yeah. I would say I really admired Brian Ferry. I'm a huge Brian Ferry Roxy Music fan. I mean, obviously he spans the 70s and the 80s. But did some of the, I think it did some of the best stuff in the 80s, the Avalon, and I think it was an 80s album. Least, XTC I was a huge fan of actually, so they must get a mention. They span the 2 decades. Least favourite, probably one of those daft Birdie song things, I would imagine. I liked Duran Duran. I mean, that's some great stuff, didn't they? You know, look, got me some Duran is in the audience.
All right, over there. Let's go over there.
Hi Andrew. I was 13 when you did the final. I wasn't allowed to go. So is it ever going to be released on DVD or video or something? The fans like me did make it.
I would love that to happen, but it was never actually recorded, filmed or recorded for broadcast, and therefore it wasn't. George felt it just wasn't of the quality that he would be prepared to have made public. Now, whether there's something that could be done with that these days, you know, the technology may exist, but his position was very firmly held that it just wasn't of sufficient quality to be able to be released. So, regrettably, I don't think that's going to happen. Much as I would like to say, and I think that, you know, the fact that so many people, there were 1 million ticket applications for Wembley alone. So there was a huge appetite for it, but I don't think that appetite is going to be sated.
Maybe another question from over there? I can't really see anything.
or from over here.
Alright, okay, let's go. Oh my God.
You've had your one. There's always one, isn't there?
Alright, over here.
Hello Andrew. I see your mum's maiden name was Dunlop. I also have heard you quite a few times in the last few weeks saying the word we as opposed to little. Did your mum have any Irish or Scottish links?
Mum was, half Scottish. Dunlop, and my maternal grandmother was a Curry. So, yes, I would say, Scottish.
So you're basically related.
You didn't give me a kiss last week in Piccadilly for my birthday.
Why not? Was I
I was sick in the queue and I still didn't get kissed.
I'm not sure you want to kiss now.
Weird, because Hilary Mantel has exactly the same question.
Hi Andrew.
It's on the back, top left.
Top left.
Hi Andrew.
Hello.
My name's Claire, I'm a lifelong Wham fan as well. I just wanted to ask you, what was the moment that you realised that you and George had made it as artists, as Wham?
I think really it was Top of the Pops. I mean, the signing of the deal was a huge moment. To actually be offered a record deal was something that we had was the holy grail at 18 years old. We'd aspired to that for a number of years, but actually being on Top of the Pops, it was, I'm sure most everyone here knows, it was such an iconic programme. It could, if you were on Top of the Pops, it had the power to make you, and it made us.
And you only got it because someone else pulled out.
Yeah, we were hovering just outside the top 14, and we wouldn't have got in had someone, don't know who that was, but obviously owe them a debt of gratitude, dropped out. We stepped in, and it made us. The Young Guns went up the charts like a rocket, and sold over 500,000 in the UK, and was the #3 record.
And another thing that really comes across in your book is, you know, George's despair because he thought the record was going to disappear without trace. Mm-hmm. And you said he was suicidal.
Well, he said he was suicidal, or felt. I mean, it was sickening. It genuinely, you know, we felt that if that record didn't make it, then our dreams and ambition was going to be over. We genuinely, it was sickening. And he was really very, very worried by that, and I did my best to sort of keep his dander up, so to speak.
Maybe another question at the back, top left, far left at the back. The lady's waving. Yeah, right behind you. Yes, there we go.
Hi, I'm Neil Watts. What's your opinion on shows like XFactor? Huge fan of Wham, by the way, and 15.
Well, I mean, they've unearthed talent over the years, but it's a very brutal way of doing that, and I'm not a big fan myself. You know, it's a TV program that's made for entertainment, and I think there's a lot of the way that the process is really, really harsh on some kids, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if it has lasting consequences for some who don't make it.
Do you have kids? I don't know.
I have a stepson. He's 32.
Would you encourage your children into the business or not?
I think if they showed the talent for it, yeah. I mean, I think it's dead important to encourage whatever talent kids may have. Unlike my parents or George's parents, I think they should be encouraged and helped along the way.
Question, top right, just there.
Hi Andrew, I was wondering, did you try and help George when he started getting into the heavy drugs?
There was no helping George, I'm afraid. He was very much of his own mind, and that was not something that he shared with his friends.
Do you think he was quite compartmentalised about his life?
Very much so. Yeah. He there were certain aspects of his life that were off limits, and he wouldn't take advice on them. They were for discussion.
So he was a fearsomely strong-headed guy, wasn't he?
Yeah, he grew to be able to. He grew in his confidence through his career, and it was on the one hand a strength, and at times it was a weakness.
Yeah. Okay, a few more questions. Trying to be fair. So right at the back is waving. Yeah. Cool.
What do George's family and David think of you releasing the book now? And is it all friendly and peaceful?
I have no idea.
There's no lawsuits.
Yeah.
And it's fine.
Yeah, I've not been contacted by the lawyers, so I genuinely have no idea.
It's a very generous book, and I can't imagine anyone taking offence.
I wouldn't have thought so, no. But I don't know, is the answer.
Yeah. Right. Maybe over there. Someone is, that lady's standing screaming. Oh, actually, maybe you first. Then the screaming lady.
Hi Andrew, I'm over here.
Right.
Over here. I'm Heidi.
Hello, Andy.
Big fan of yours and George for 7 years. Yeah, my question is, which song of George's would you have liked to have co-written?
That's a good question. Which song could you have made better?
Yeah, that's not really a fair question, is it?
and also, I wondered if you had any further ambitions, if I could squeeze that in. So,
have I further ambitions?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to live a lot longer. But going back to which one would I like to have written? Well, Christ.
You actually talk about which of his solo records did you really admire?
So many really wonderful and definitive tracks in what he was conveying, or what he wished to convey by that song. I think this You Have Been Loved, I think, is particularly special. I loved Amazing, actually. I thought that was that sounded like a Wham track to me. Very envious that wasn't a Wham track. But there were, I mean, an incredible canon of work. I loved Round Here.
Well, you get name checking Round Here.
That's always nice to be immortalised, isn't it? In that way.
I feel like I've got to let that lady who I insulted ask a question. Sorry about that.
Hi Andrew, my name is Sherilyn. Hi.
Thanks for sending up. Appreciate that.
Last Christmas, such a fantastic video. Can you tell us a little bit about the background of that? Was it as fun to make as it was to watch?
It was more fun, to be honest with you. It was one long sort of weekend party. We'd taken a load of our friends out there with us, and I think we had a later flight. They got there early in the day, but when we got there, it was really, they were in full swing. The first night we ended up skinny dipping in the swimming pool, much to the hotel owner's ire. And then it was just larks the whole time. The snowball fight and the lunch scene lives long in my memory because of the rather patronising way that the assistant director came and the table was set with glasses that had been topped right to the brim with red wine, and he came in like a Fellini and said, no, it can't be like this. It's got to look like we're halfway through lunch. And at which point my great friend David Ridgeley went along the table and drained every single one. How's that for you, Chief? Thanks, Dave.
Is it acceptable in the 80s? All right, I feel like maybe 2 more questions. There's someone with a Choose Life t-shirt at the back.
Hi Andrew, I'm Charlotte from Solihull. I'm in utter awe to be in the same room as you. Just a quick question. I wondered whether you'd kept any of your fabulous tartan outfits from the days.
They've all gone over the years to charitable endeavours, things like that. Some of them didn't survive the various shows, but no, I don't, and I can't say, to be perfectly honest, that pains me greatly. It was a good idea at the time.
You talk about in the book about how you had so little money that you shared clothes with George.
Yeah, initially we would have to we'd have to share what few clothes we had, isn't it? You can see that George will be wearing it one week or one photo shoot, and then I'll have I'll be wearing the string vest after a good boil wash, I should say. The following week, yeah, we were absolutely penniless. And,
well, Ed Sheeran has a massive budget, and he still looks terrible.
Andrew, it's a real pleasure to have you here. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you.
Some friends here are all massive George and Wham fans. 2 of us were at the final. So it's great to see you. It's difficult to speculate, but I'm very curious as to what you think your life would have been if you hadn't met George. And interestingly, do you think, what would his life have been too? Would he have become a star?
Good question.
Oh.
Well, I should have asked.
Yes, that is a good question. One that I'm asked many times. But on my Twitter bio thing, it says Andrew Ridgeley, inveterate wastrel, and one-time member of an 80s beat combo. So I guess if you leave out the member of an 80s beat combo, that's probably what it would be, an inveterate wastrel. I couldn't say. I hate to think where I'd have ended up. George, that's a conundrum, that one.
I think he would have found a way to be a musician, or was he just so shy that he never would have?
It wasn't a shyness. I think that I think he just lacked at that point in life that real conviction, the strength of his conviction. I have a feeling that he may well have made it in music ultimately, but it's difficult to say. Sliding doors, isn't it? Those moments that transform lives, and very difficult to know. I mean, he's on record as saying that I think his dedication in Bear was. He says that he's on a dedication to the greatest friend whose image he created, George Michael, and whether that was me or another, difficult. That sense, his own sense of being given that kind of direction, it may well not have happened.
He said it several times in his life that you couldn't have done it without you. So I think you're being self-effacing. All right, one more final question.
I've got tartan on.
Right, wait. Lady in
The tartan lady.
Tartan lady in the middle.
Thank you. First, I'm sure I'm the same as everybody else, but without you, my teenage years would have been completely different, so God bless you for that. I wanted to know what you think about the new film that's coming out called Last Christmas, and also, is it true that you have a cameo in it?
Well, I've not seen it, but I think I'm hoping, and I'm fairly sure it will be absolutely iconic. You may know it's written by Emma Thompson and starring Emilia Clarke and Henry Golding. And I've read the script. I was sent the script, and it's a wonderful, wonderful story. And I would hope that it would be as iconic a film as the song is. So what was the other part of your question? Oh, a cameo, yeah. I have a cameo. I do have a cameo. It's not a speaking role, which is slightly disappointing, but I can never remember my lines, so that's probably the reason why.
Well, thank you everyone for those brilliant questions. And